Hello and welcome, you amazing person. My name is Rob. I'm the Manic Gaming Guy. And today we're going to be playing some automation and beamng and doing some coding and some stuff. It's going to be one of those videos where I teach you how to do something while still progressively learning how to do it myself properly. But I've achieved it, so I can show you how I achieved it, and then in a year's time when I realise what I should have done properly, I'll show you that one as well. What we're talking about today is the common issue. You've made a beautiful car in automation. The stats are amazing. You've got 1,000 brake horsepower. You're running like a V6 or V8, something really chunky. You got lots of flames that could come out the back and all that. It's awesome, right? You export it to beamng, and it's just like what's going on here with the lights and the sound, you know, and the flames. What's happening here? This is not what I want. Let me maybe make it better. But you got it's just what it is, unless you do what I'm going to show you today, which is dig into the code and change what you want. I managed to change my headlights and my dashboard lights and like other little pretty lights, and I changed my fires. You would have seen the car in my last video, or in some pictures of posts that I've been printing of big flames coming out of my hood. Hence why I've got this little hole here, which you can't normally do. This shouldn't be able to push out fire. Instead, I've got two exhausts hidden behind here, and one center one that doesn't actually work. And that's going to create two balls of fire. And I'm going to make one come out of the exhaust here, and I'm going to make one flame come out of here when I change gear, because that's the cool stuff that the cool kids are doing these days. Hit like and subscribe, people, if you like this sort of stuff. So yeah, we're going to be showing you how to do that today. You're going to need certain things. You're going to need automation. You're going to need beamng, and you're going to need C++, the code thing, notebook plus, is it? The thing that writes code, you know, the free program. It'll probably have a link in my description, hopefully, when I remember. But my aim anyway is I'm going to make these my normal lights. I'm going to make these my full beam lights. I'm going to try and find the right code in another file of a beamng car. Find out what the fog lights are and set these up for fog lights, because I think that'd be quite cool. This is also meant to be a fog light, so I'm going to try and set that up as well at the same time. And obviously, get the tail lights to work properly, because they're hideous. They are absolutely hideous when you put them into the game. Same for the dashboard lights. The dashboard lights just light up the whole car. Well, they shouldn't. They should just light up this little bit here. For some reason, when you export it over, the game just thinks, hey, these are headlights, and just goes crazy on you. Well, in the future, I'm going to be getting GPS working on this screen. At the moment, I've got the beamng, so I can see my gears in this one, and I also want beamng wing mirrors, so that's my next goal to learn, so stick around for that. It's worth subscribing for. Right, I think I've used my legal limit of saying subscription and stuff in this video, so let's crack on. So I have actually already exported this car. If you wanted to know, it's this thing running this power V6 3.5 litre by the looks of it. Super light, this body, 2.9 coupe, 2.32 meter, front engined longitude, yeah, cool, twin turboed, tuned to perfection. Everyone's super happy. I've cranked all the max and the stats up. The only thing you've got to be careful with doing that is the wheels. You can tend to make the cars a bit too good, and then they kind of break. Sensible amount of wheels, running 16, so it's low. It is really low. So it's a super low car. So yeah, so obviously I've exported this car now over to beamng, which we can see it here. There we go. Woohoo! Quick transition. And yeah, so here's a car I made last time that I was referencing. The engine isn't on at the moment. This is a normal beamng V6 engine. And then if we start the engine on this bad boy, That is disgustingly naughty. And absolutely mental. It's manic. But yeah, lovely. Lots of big flames there. We're super happy. I'm going to shut the engine off, because it's a bit too loud for this video. And then, yeah, you can just hear this one quietly purring in the background. That one is a bit overkill. Admittedly, I was experimenting a lot with that one. I kind of went a bit over the top with the sound. But obviously, it's going to be down to your taste in the end of it. So it's what you do. Let's actually... Can I put the lights on if the car engine's off? I can, apparently. Okay. So... What, you're not actually going to put the headlights on for me? What? That's broken again! This was fixed! See how it's lining up the inside of the car? That was meant to be fixed. And I think this car's broken. I don't think this is the right one. I reckon this is one of the ones that I broke. So we'll ignore this part of the video. That's not too embarrassing. Just to show you what I mean. If you experiment sometimes, you make a few cars, and that's what it is. It's definitely not that one. Maybe it's this one. Maybe this is the working one. Definitely sounds loud. Definitely still got the flames. And the lights work. And they just work so much better. We have also got purple running lights that aren't sharp on the floor. See how like the yellow ones are showing up on the floor on this one? Why did they just disappear? Yeah, anyway, that's showing up on the floor. But they don't show up there. And this has got its reg plate lights showing up on the floor. Well, this one, they're broken apparently, but it should show up on the plate. Well, we're going to be making a better job of it today. But the dashboard, look, there you go. Dashboards, it's not too crazy. I say not too crazy. It is glowing a little bit. Oh, I can live with that. I can live that sort of glowing. I think that's natural. But yeah, it looks a lot better now in the cars. Let's shut this one up because it's so noisy. Let's have a quick look at this one's headlights, just to show you for example. So for starters, they're a lot dimmer. They're not as bright as you'd want them to be. Even the full beam. And then the backlights are just disgustingly painful to look at. And obviously, like I was saying, the interior lights are just, what is going on there? That is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Why have we got a light down there? That's not normal. It better not be because it was linked to this one in some way. Normally, like you see this, it's how it's sitting in the middle. That light definitely should be up there. That's worrying. Way too many lights on the front. But yeah, let's fix it. Let's jump into the code. So to find the code, you'll want to go into your documents, go into beamng. Go to your documents, go to beamng.drive, find your most up-to-date. I'm on 0.32. Find your mods. Obviously, I've got to say this, but when you export your mod from automation, export it unpacked to make life a bit easier. Find the one you're working on. Ours is this one. Go into your vehicles and find these folders here. And you may get a little bit overwhelmed by how many folders there are, but we're only going to be opening 3 of them. I've actually got them already open up in my little Cody machine. And I'm just going to show you quickly where I found them all. So the engine one, you go over to this engine file here, and then double click on that. Now I'll open up this one. Your main file was literally simply in the big main folder you open up from this one. So mine's Manic Car, whatever your car name, find the main folder. It'll have some random code, .materials, and then that is your main folder. And then, what, you don't have to keep opening. I thought it wasn't going to open a lot more. Anyway, and then for your nodes, we want the structure one, which is in here. Engine structure, there we go. Engine structure. Have I? One sec. This is the main folder from in here. Yeah. So what was the other one? Did I tell you to open the wrong folder? I did. I'm so sorry. Ignore opening any folder in here. Go to your car folder with the random number that seems to be everywhere. Open that up. Open that main folder. There you go. That's the one you want. So you should have 3 files now ready to work on. And I'll explain which one's going to be which before, just in case you want to do your skipping and do certain things. This is going so we can move the nodes, so we can move the flames about. So the particles that are coming from the exhaust, we can use the nodes in this and then move them. I'll show you how to do that. In the engine, this is where we're going to change the sounds. You can also change a lot of other stuff in here, but I probably wouldn't recommend doing that unless you know exactly what you're trying to change. Because you'll probably just blow up the car, or just the mod just won't work at all. But you see, like, we've got exhaust settings and things like that. So we'll be changing some of that. And in the main materials, this is the most tedious one, and that's sorting out all your lights. And I'll give you a quick demo on how to do that, and then I'll skip all the tedious work and show you the finished product. And there is a couple other bits that we'll be looking at, but for now, let's jump in, shall we, to... let's make it sound better, shall we? So we want to go to the engine one, not the engine structure, just the normal engine one. Mine's about 170 down. Yours probably might be a bit different, depending, you know, on your car, I guess, on your actual car itself. We're going to be changing some numbers. It's up to you what you go for. I recommend going back and forth and just testing it out. Particles is the smoke that's coming from the exhaust. I tend to just crease it a little bit. Just a small amount. I say small amount, that's like 100 times more. But yeah, just a small amount. If you like got a diesel or something, you want it to like look like it's really smoking, you might want to go a lot amount. Up to you. This is the fire. So after fire, it says there, the instant after fire. I wouldn't go too crazy with these ones. So we'll go crazy and put 5 in there. And then we're going to put, because this was already a bigger number, we're going to put 9 in there. Like I said, you want to save this, then refresh your car, trial and error, see if you like it or not. If it's too much, reduce the numbers. If you want more, increase the numbers. Now, yeah, I like the flames being really loud, so I'm just going to put this to 5 and 6. And shift after fire volume. We'll just add a 1 in there. I don't want to go too crazy with that because I'm not 100% sure what it is. I know one of the other cars I was doing it with, the fire just didn't really go away. But then again, like the car was so over-tuned, maybe it was just constantly revlining. I don't know, but you got to be careful what you put in there. Just be careful. So we're going to keep scrolling down now, and obviously you'll notice these titles. Anything dash dash, it's just basically give you some information. So we've got your radiator, you've got your cooling system. You can improve certain stuff. Obviously, you can crank certain numbers up if you wanted to. I don't know. Maybe we just really want to experiment with what can happen to a car. But here we go. We want to find this one now. Sound config exhaust. Oh, actually, no. What you want to do, really, is save. Go back to beamng and refresh. And we should have changed flames. That's what we changed. Oh my days. Yeah, that's some flames for you. Okay. We got flames. Now the exhaust sound doesn't quite match the flames. Now I tend just to boost the low end of this and reduce the high end to try and get my number. I think it goes up to like 30, people say, so I'm going to just go put 9 in here. Max load mix, we'll go maybe 3. We'll keep that low. The low end gain, I want quite a lot of low end gain. Off load gain, just a little bit to give a bit of a hum. I'm guessing that's what it is. On load gain, I'm guessing your foot's on the throttle, and that's like, you're adding volume. This is like coming off the throttle or either idling. One of those. EQ low gain. So 0, just doesn't make sense. 20. I don't know. We're experimenting here, people. I do make music, so the frequency of 400 isn't very bassy, so I think we'll go for like 100. Hopefully that makes a really bassy tone. And the width, you think we want it mono? I have no idea if that's what it means, though. If like adding more numbers just make it more stereoized, I don't really understand that, because the high end is a much smaller width. So I don't know what they mean by that. Is it how big the sound is? Let's crank it to 5. High end, I don't really want much of a high end, so let's just reduce it a little bit there. Bring the frequency down a hell of a lot. Let's just leave that. Low cut frequency, so that's like the very lowest the engine will make. I want that to be 30. That's what I do in my music when I make music. And EQ fundamental gain, I'm just going to put, I don't know, 1. And per cylinder, if that is thing, I don't know why it says dash dash. I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean anything really, but code wise. But I'm just going to throw a 6 in there. Oh, I forgot the main important thing. There is a big list online. I'll try and find it and put a description in, or just give you an idea of what you can put in there. But V6 will do it. And I think there's V6_2 as well. And there's other ones, but what you can do is probably open up some other cards in beamng that you like the sound of, find this bit of code that they have in theirs, look at the sample name, and copy it over to your mod. Right, so we're going to save this. So this is the original sounds. And then we're going to refresh it. Ooh, that's definitely hummier when it's sitting there. But we probably could do it a little bit more high end. I do like the low hum though, as it sits there. That's making my whole PC shake. That's pretty intense. Right. So that's the sound sorted. The only other thing you can sort out in this one is the turbo sound. So you scroll just a tiny bit further. Look out for the word turbocharger. Now, the one to change, I would have thought is, because like, they kind of repeat themselves. No, they don't. So you got that one. They're near enough match. Sound pressure config. So it's the volume. See, these ones confuse me. I always thought, I'm pretty sure it's just these 4 you really want to be changing, because wastegate start and things like that is actually tuning. It's not actually just messing with the sound. Wastegate is fully open at this PSI. So unless you really know what you're doing, the whistle noises and stuff like that, I'll probably just leave some of this stuff alone. And unless you really want to experiment, then copy all this over, save it, and then experiment and see what happens, and tell me if there's certain things I really should be playing with, because it makes it sound cooler. Turbo, rotating, assembly. See, just probably won't touch half this stuff. Volume. This is a turbo anyway. You can get rid of your whistles and stuff. If your car hasn't got any whistles or valves, you can just copy this code and dump it in there. I'm pretty sure it finds it that way, as long as it's put in this section. I shouldn't be reading this while I do it, but I can make it louder anyway. So we'll just. I'm gonna put a 4. Yeah, we'll put a 4, and then for the whine we'll put a 3. The hiss and the is these 2, and the whines are like when it's breathing it all in. Okay, that was the before. And that whistle is horrible. And it's too much. So let's try and find that whistle again. So is that the whine? So let's take the whine back down to 2. Let's see if that's better. Save. Whistle's way too painful. Come off boost then. So pitch. Let's oh no. to me. Oh no, what have I done? There we go. Yeah, let's just keep that. Let's keep these low. Let's keep these low. What's that? I'm pretty sure that's, unless it's the hiss. I'm pretty sure it's not the hiss I'm doing there. What was it? No. No, it's got no whistle at all, so we want a little bit of whistle, don't we? So let's try maybe putting 5 in here. Let's give that a go. Wow, it's very easily affected, isn't it? I bet it's this one that's doing it. Let's just put a 2 in there. Right, it's there, but it's very, very subtle now, so that's what we want. Okay, so that's the sound sorted, and that's the fire sorted. In a sense, it's bigger. We now just need to move the flames over like I wanted to. So I'm going to push Control N, and that's going to bring up names. Does it really matter which ones? Numbers? I think I want names and numbers, weights, materials, groups, forces. I think just names will do. That's what I want. So I want exhaust 10 and exhaust 20 and 9 and I'm guessing 19 from the code. I'm going to put 1 like there so it comes out of the right place. I don't know why 10 shifted over. I think that's going to be trouble, that. And I'm going to put 1 at the back and 1 at the front. So we need to go into the structure file now. And here's the ones we're actually looking for, but they've got the names there. So we're not looking for that list. Where are they in the list that I want? Here. This is the list, isn't it? Just double checking for you all. Yeah, it's got to be. Right, nodes. Yeah, there we go. Nodes, blah, blah, blah. You got position X, position Y, position C, and the ID for it. Functions, that's normal stuff, collision true and all that. Exhaust, yeah, don't touch any of that. Ones we want is going to be 9, 10, and 19, and 20. I recommend we start from where, try and find a node that's very close to where you want it to be starting. Control C to zoom in. We're looking for the coordinates, you see. Look, the exhaust 0 looks like it's ideal enough to get me started for one of them. So I'll use the middle one for that one, I guess. Copy that, and then on number 9, boosted in. Uh-oh. And number 10. Boosted in. Okay, so they are now going to jump. Hopefully, I'll just test that first. Make sure the engine doesn't break. Is the exhaust still there? Oh, I need a bit of daylight. A little bit of daylight. Okay, there it is. There's it. I'm looking for these props. If they disappear, I've broken something. Okay, so we now should have. Let's just double check. Yeah, they should now be within the engine. So we fire down here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So that's. I've moved it backwards. There you go. Exhaust 10 and exhaust 9. Now I want to shove exhaust 10 a little bit higher. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this wrong. Okay, maybe this one. Is it this one? I can't remember. I'm just gonna change it. Push save. And find out where it's gone. There's number 9. Number 10. It's gone higher. Has it gone higher or has it gone backwards? Where are you? There it is. Yes. Okay, cool. So, a little bit higher then. A little bit higher. So I'm going to put a 1 in there, and let's try a 4 in there. Trial and error, people. Try and error. We've got to keep going. It shouldn't take too long. It will be jumping about a lot because it's not stable. I probably should move beams and stuff. Where is it? Oh, it's up here now. That was way too high. But not far off. So, should we go back to... Maybe, let's just try 0. Okay. Okay, we're definitely getting close. Let's try 2. And then, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get this lined up, but you get the idea. I'm going to keep moving it back and forth to get this one lined up and get the back one lined up. And you'll catch me afterwards. High sight now I'm doing this. I probably could have easily had one exhaust in the middle and one to the side and hid the one on the side and just had the one there showing, and I would only had to move one lot of nodes, but now I'm moving 2 lots of nodes. But yeah, learn from my mistakes. Alright then, let's get rid of these nodes. Oh my days, I bet there's an easy way of doing this. Yeah, so that one I wasn't actually too hard in the end. All I had to do was 0, you know, the left and right one, and put dead center, and then I just made sure it was sticking out enough. And then we got some sexy flames at the back working, and then we got some sexy flames at the front working. So now you're in the car, you get to enjoy the flames that get spit out. Lovely stuff. All right. I told you this was going to be one of those sort of long videos, but at least you get to learn a lot of stuff and hopefully bump up my watch time because it needs it. We like and subscribe because we're learning stuff. So now, last but least, probably the one that most of you want to know how to do is the lights. How to make the car not look so hideous when it's got its lights turned on. Well, let's take a dive, shall we? You're going to be wanting to go into that main folder that I got to open up earlier on. That was in the car folder, inside the car folder. And we're going to find these. Look for low beam, high beam. It's pretty obvious. It's going to start maybe with signal, something like that. And it's going to end up probably reverse. Oh no. It does depend what order you end up putting them in, I guess. And then you remember we made props move with the steering wheel and things like that. That's this bit. That code comes up here. So when we made turbos move and brakes and throttles and we can read the revs. Oh, wait a minute. Wheel speed. Huh. It doesn't all show up here though. I've definitely got more code than this, I'm sure. Look, gear, parking brake, steering, throttle, brake, wheel speed, water temperature, fuel. I don't see my revs. My revs should be on there somewhere. But yeah, if you only do final adjustment after doing all this coding, you don't want to export and change it or whatever, you actually have a mistake, you can do some alterations over here. Just keep that in mind. Flex bodies, I think this is where we put our sat nav, but I've still not properly worked that out yet. Anywho, let's get ready to start on these. I recommend you don't just start top and work your way down, right? You want to think, okay, all my signal lights, they're all going to be the same. So you want to find, so like this is the prop number, which you can use the control N, by the way, to find where these are, but we'll talk about it in a sec. And then you got some other numbers that don't ever change. And then you have these ones. Base, no, don't want that one. Light range, do I want that one? Why does it feel like things are in different order? Someone pointed out this is the color of the light, by the way. These numbers here is the color of the light. So if you change these letters, it might help you find where they are. Apparently. So we'll have to maybe give that a test one day. But it does say light color RGBA and over here. So debatable. But here we go. This is where we're going to be changing. You got this flare scale. So that's like the ring around the light. That's quite important to be changing on quite a lot of these. The light brightness. So, you know, you can have it reach far. That's like the distance it's going to go. The light range. But then like, is it going to be like bright? Is it gonna be like daylight when you see it, or is it gonna be like candlelight, so it's sort of dimmish still? So that's that sort of things. So what were we on? Signal light, wasn't it? So signal light range. Does the light range of a signal light need to be 2.5? It probably is okay, but I'm going to reduce mine down to 1.5 because it looks a bit more realistic that way. The light brightness, I think it can be as it is. It's not too bad. Does it need much of a flare? I don't really think so. So I'm going to put a 0 in there and maybe replace the first one with a 1. No, replace the first. We'll go half the flare. So all I have to do now is be careful where you put these. I'm putting these in between the comma and the apostrophe things, bracket whatever's, and then I'm going to Control C and copy it. Save whatever I did last time because apparently I didn't. And then I'm going to go over here and just find everyone that is a signal light and then change it over so it matches. And don't think I'm done here, guys. Don't just run away and think I can do it now. I've got more tips for you, so hold tight. I'm just going to quickly change all these ones. Once you've changed it, remember to check, make sure you're actually happy with the outcome. I think I've done all right. The flare's not too bad, looks quite realistic to me. Moving on to the next one. With the way I've got my car set up, running lights is going to be my next best option to change because it's all going to be the same and very simple. I don't have to go looking through the nodes or anything to try and find it. My dashboard is all set up using the glow mod, and that is linked to low beam and high beam for some strange reason. So when I want to do my dashboard, I'm going to want to match my low beam, high beam numbers together and get it so it looks beautiful, obviously. So my next step is running. You may have set yours up differently. That's why I was pointing that out, basically. For my running lights, I don't really want it to come up on the road, which it doesn't seem to be doing anyway for some reason. Now, running lights set up. Okay, so running light, I want very, very minimal distance to its rangeness, brightness. It can still be bright. I just don't really want it to look far. Its flare, it doesn't really have much of one of those. Let's just take off the 2, change that for 0. And that's going to be my running light settings. My running light is also at the back of my car, pointing at the license plate. So I will want it to make sure it works on that. I don't know which one it is. I'm sure I'll find it. Perfect. It's done exactly what I wanted to. If you remember before, we used to have a big white patch on the floor where these lights were just shining too far, just lighting up everything under the sun. So we wanted them bright. We wanted them to make things visible, but we wanted them just to light up the dashboard a little bit. And then obviously if you're clever enough, you maybe have it light up like a few more other glimpsy bits on the car, just to add a little bit extra tiny detail and realism to it. Well, that's brilliant. And same for these ones. I've got little running lights in there. I really didn't want them to light up the floor or anything. They're just there to light up the headlights. Just a little tiny touch. Let's get back to the coding, shall we? So the next one I recommend is probably doing the reverse, just because they're very easy to spot when you're looking through the list. So we're going to scroll down and then look, we hit reverse. I also set my car, you know when you put your headlights on, you know we've got the glass that glows up, they've got the bulb that glows up, then you've got the back rib. I've got mine set up as simple as possible. I've got one light and that's it, going there. There's not like 10 lights there, it's just one light. Try and keep the code a little as possible, was my idea. Now, in my opinion, the reverse lights are pretty weak. Look at that light range for, that is reverse, isn't it? So yeah, it reckons my reverse light, my range should be 5. Which is just, it's just preposterous. I'm gonna put it something like 30. Oh no, not 390, 30. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably also Well, that's a high beam. A bit strange. So yeah, actually, let's just keep to it. Don't start changing other ones that you're not meant to. Light range 30, brightness. Does it need to be as bright? They normally are quite bright. They do light up quite stuff. Well, we'll put it to 6. Just a little bit of a change. We are on the right one, aren't we? Yeah, reverse. There we go. It's really throwing me off having them the same. The flare from a reverse light isn't that bright at all, so I'm going to change that to 0.1. And yeah, I'm going to do that to all my reverse lights. It's a good example why you test things. Like my bright lights were just ridiculously bright. They should not be that bright. But yeah, the reverse light, I think we could do better. I think we could do better than that. Like the running lights about the same distance as them. Okay, yeah, they need changing. More distance to the reverse light. Should test that first, really. Ah, yes, but quick tip. Now you've changed them all to exactly the same digits. You should be able to just go find one of your reverse lights, which is this one. Find the bit which you normally do change, which should be close up to that. Hit that. And then hit the replace. And then you want to just basically copy what it's put in and put it at the bottom and just make your alterations. So it was the range was the problem. I think 70's fair. Let's replace all. Let's replace all them now. Hit save. Then we should find the buttons. There we go. That really seriously? Why is maybe 70 is too much? Let's just try that again. There we go. I got it set to 50. I changed them all to 50. A lot happier with the distance of that now. It looks a bit more realistic. So now what do we do? So we've changed our reverse lights, we've changed the running lights, and we've changed our signal lights. That means we should be left with some brake lights, and then we get onto the hard stuff. So I always start at one end of the list, which I think actually might already be on. Yeah, okay, yeah, so we're already on a brake light. Now the brake lights, they were coming across, I don't know, was it the range is going too far possibly? But it just seemed a bit too much for my liking. So I'm going to change the range of the brake lights to 4.5. The brightness is going to come down as well. I'm thinking, do you call me mad? 5. Brightness going to come down to 5. But the flare, we're going to bump the flare up by like 200% or whatever. So let's save that. Let's highlight it. Let's copy it. And let's change all the brake lights. Okay, so as always, we test our experiment, see how it's going. It's alright. I don't know why we're getting some white lights though. Something's not been set up right. Shouldn't be getting white lights down unless it's coming from inside the car. No, we're definitely getting white lights from something which shouldn't be. The brake light there is working. It's like these are coming out white. That's not my fault. All this should be just red on the floor. But keep going as it is, or if you're having the same problem, you'll probably have to restart over again. Copy and paste what you know is right. Re-export the car. This guy's hilarious. Anyway, let's proceed. Here we are, onto the stage, which can be very tedious if you've got a lot of lights. If you're not doing your dashboard, you probably won't find this as tedious. You just could be sorting out the headlights at the front. Hopefully you sorted all your fixes out before you exported it. It's very important to do that. So my technique here is going to be set it all up as if it was the dash, and then locate which ones are the headlights and then change them individually on their own. So a low beam for my dash settings, definitely want to have a range of 500. I'd probably go for 0.3. Don't need to be much. Brightness, way too much there. Let's go for 0.5. The flare doesn't need much of one of those at all. Let's go for 1, 2, 3. Those 14. Okay, so that's going to be the setting I'm going to change on all the high beam and all the low beam. Wish me luck. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. I'm hoping all this stopped getting lit up brighter than a Christmas tree on Times Square. Okay, and all the glareness from miles away should hopefully disappear when we refresh. There we go. Oh wait, got to turn the lights back on. Yay, there we go. So the car's not lit up. And you can sit in the car, see your dials. Oh my god, that hum from the engine is so much. Do I need to turn this down? Let me just there's a desktop down. It's just a loud car. It's a loud car. Okay. Oh yeah, I got it in a... We've just gone past the other car, haven't we? Get out, is it? Insane! 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 Anyway, let's get back to the video. That's it. Take that. What the... Why is my revs not working? That's upsetting. Speed's working. The water temp's not working. And the revs aren't working. That's just strange. Don't understand that. Don't understand that. And we got a huge light underneath here again. Oh, I've broke one of the running lights. I need to fix that. Okay, well, I've definitely broke my code somewhere with my lights, because that probably shouldn't be happening. Why these lights shouldn't be on? I ain't got my headlights on, have I? No, so... Oh, I have. Have I? I have. Okay. Why? Brake lights. Yeah, so it's just a bit of a tail light, shouldn't I? But one side's not working. We'll solve it out another time. But anyway, inside's looking beautiful. Sound. That's where we wanted to get to. We haven't got the white circle down there anymore. Brake light's still working. Reverse light's still working. Yeah, reverse light's still mega bright. Is that a bit overkill? I don't know. You stick to your own opinion of what you want to do. But now I want to isolate which ones of which of these lights and the fixtures and stuff. Why are you broken? Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, let's isolate them, shall we? So Control N. And then try and find a good angle, I guess. And then just look at the cars. And if that's what I mean, if you've got lots of these different fixtures, it's going to be a lot harder. But it looks like we were looking for 710 is going to be the fog light. I probably should write these down. It looks like... Does it look like that? One of these is going to be like the outer glass. One of them is going to be the actual light I want to deal with. 710 definitely looks like the fog light. I'm pretty sure it should be the same, but 711 on this side. Okay, so they do double up the fixtures. Okay, so yeah, this is all the tedious part. Like someone left a comment saying you can change the color and hope that will help you find it. So should we give that a little go, or is it just going to break stuff? So one, surely because I want to make sure it's these ones. I think the way I'm doing it's going to be the easiest at the moment. So what it says 710, 711. So these are the fog lights. I imagine I could put like a little code up here, low beam fog or something like that. But I don't want to break it because I'm not a coder. Let me know if that would have been perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So like now I've found which one this is. If I went, would that break the code? Let me know. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. If I put it there, it would. But up there, I should be fine. But yeah, these are my fog light ones. So Was 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Is over here. Fog lights at the low, and then a bit more like 4 beams sort of strength, aren't they? So in between. So that's 8. I'm gonna put them at 120. Yeah. Range, brightness. Let's pretty bright, aren't they? Let's try 90. But the flare, I don't really want much of a flare. Let's just put a 1 in there. So let's change, let's just highlight them. And then copy that to these. Next 4 down, because I know that's going to be the fog lights. So that was relatively easy finding those ones, I guess. So that should be these ones now changed. Yeah, obviously, I wish I wouldn't do that every time. Okay. And that should be low beam, high beam, they always stay the same. Nothing's changing at the moment, good. So now we want to change these ones. Let's see, 351. 351. What? See, why did you change? The others didn't. It's going to be something different. There's a 0 and a 1 at the end. I want this fixture inside the light. 0, 1 at the end. All Fs. 511. 1793. It's the same fixture. Why did they come up separate then? I don't understand some code, and I tell you. So I've completely forgotten the number already. 351 was it? 351 1793 451 1793 451. Okay, so we've got a few of them. We've still got 4 of them though. Okay, cool. And these are going to be my full beam. So I can literally copy the code I just used. Boost. And then, you know, they probably should have a bit more of an intense flare because they are full beam at the end of it. Brightness is going to be super bright. Is that super bright? We'll find out. And the distance is going to be mega. It's like 220. Yeah. So that's for the next 4 down, wasn't it? If I remember right, I did start at the top. Yeah. Alright, so I think the next one's 525, which I've already located on the code thing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a signal there. Don't want to change the signal, so just change these 2 here. Skip 2, and then change 2. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Right, so yeah, I'm going to paste in the new one, but this is high beam. We don't want it that big, so let's go for 130. Let's just change you because you wind me up. Brightness can... Let's change brightness. Just change brightness here to... Ah! Don't do that to me. Something like that. Flare. We'll swap these 2 numbers around. And that's going to be my brightness. This is going to be my normal headlight settings. So what did I say? There. There. Skip to 1, 2. There. And there. Right, so that's my headlights done. Should be. I hope so. Pointing forward, apart from the fog lights, obviously I don't want to save. And then also, at some point, I need to work out why you're not working for starters. Did I just not turn you on? I think I didn't save the setting. Yeah, you were meant to be turned on as a light, so I can then turn you into the rear fog light. Fair enough, you don't work, that's that. So let's get rid of all the nodes. Oh, I've gone past it. I bet it's a quick way of doing that. Refresh the car. And then, hopefully, normal headlights. Pretty super bright. And all of them are on. That shouldn't be the case. That sort of high beam works. Well, you get the idea, people. If you want to blind people on the motorway and beamng, do this to your cars. I'm sure they'll love you for that. This one does look a bit more realistic, but I do like the flare. The flare looks quite well on them. It does look good. It does look like you're looking at a car more than this one does. This one's really stealthy. But yeah, there you go. So we've changed fire. Oh, you're going to do that to us, are you? Fire. We've changed the sound. Yeah, this car's rapid. We've changed. Why are you not working? I changed you to chrome. So even the best of us still have things to learn. Yeah, we're doing 200 miles per hour right now. That's not kilometers. And it actually almost matches up quite well to this. Just need to sort the revs out. It's going to be irritating. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it really helpful. You should now be able to change. Oh, look at that. Is that a thumbnail? Or like this? I don't know. Looks beautiful though. Does look beautiful. Cool. Anyway, I've been the Manic Gaming Guy. You've been an amazing person. Hopefully you've learnt to make your flames bigger and sound cooler and your engine sound cooler. And hopefully you've learnt to move some nodes about and to change all your brightness of your lights so you don't get blinded next time you're in your car. You might be a bit deaf now because this car's really loud. Like, just seriously, what the... Intense. I can't believe my rev's not working. I wanted to make some more videos now of this car. Now it's fixed. But now I'm going to have to do more finagling because gaming life. There you go. Gaming life. That's all I can say, really. Thanks for stopping by. It would be wonderful if you managed to hit that like button because I've helped you. Can you please help me? People need to know this stuff, you see. Let the community find out about it. Thank you very much. Keep it real, stay safe, and share that love. Bye-bye.